How's the grade 10s? Today we're going on to irrational numbers and how to represent them and which two numbers do irrational numbers lie between and things like that. Okay, so irrational numbers. Surds are irrational numbers. For example, the root of 23. So just to show you on the calculator, the square root of 23. And we get this number here, 4.79583153, and it carries on. Okay, it's just that the calculator is rounding it off over there. You can see that's irrational. Okay, it's non-terminating and it's not repeating. The same thing would go for the cube root of 42. As you can see, non-terminating and it's not repeating. So those are irrational numbers. Now, because they're real numbers, they can be plotted on a number line. Okay, every surd lies between two integer values. Now what that means, so if we have a look at this cube root of 42, 3.476 so and so on lies between two integers, and those two integers would be 4 and 3. You can see that 3.7476 lies between 3 and 4. Okay, then this position can be determined in 3 different ways. The one way is with the calculator. The other way is we're going to use square numbers or cube numbers and so on. There is a third way, which is the Pythagoras way, which we'll have a look at, but I would rather you either use a calculator or the square cube root way, and I'll show you in a second. Okay, so using a calculator, determine between which two integers the following surds will lie. So we've got the square root of 11. And that gives us 3.3166247.9. Now, we want integers. So we can see that the 3.3166247.9 will lie between 3 and it will lie between 4. Okay, and this is the square root of 11, so it lies between those two integers there. Now remember that these are inequalities. All this is saying is it's saying that the square root of 11 is bigger than 3, which that number is, but the square root of 11 is less than 4, which that number is. So it lies between 3 and 4. Okay, I'm going to do the same for this one over here. So we've got the cube root of 49, and we get this number 3.6593057.1. So the two integers that this one lies between again would be 3 and 4. So we've got 3, 4, cube root of 49 lies between those two integers. Okay. Then the second method is by construction using Pythagoras' theorem. Now guys, you know what Pythagoras, it's just x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So that is where that square root part is coming in. But the problem with the Pythag is it can't really do cube roots. Okay, so I don't really want you guys doing the Pythag way. I just want you to know that there is another way of doing it. So I would rather you do the calculator way, which we just showed, and this is the third way without the calculator. Okay, by comparison to other roots, determine between which two integers the following surds will lie without using a calculator. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to list the square numbers and the cube numbers. Okay, so if we have a look at the square numbers, 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared 36, and they carry on and on and on. Then, so these are your squared numbers, something squared. What I'm going to look at now is the cube root. Okay, or the cubes, sorry, not the cube root, the cubes. So 1 cubed is 1, 2 cubed is 8, 3 cubed is 27. 4 cubed is 64. 5 cubed is 125. And then we have 6 cubed, which is 216. So those are our square numbers, and those are our cube numbers. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this 21 is I'm going to look which two numbers does 21 lie between. So you can see 21 lies between 16 and 25. Okay, so, and just be careful that this is negative. So a negative root 25 will be smaller than the negative root of 16. Okay, just remember, because the square root of 25 is 5, and then the square root of 16 is 4. So negative 5 is smaller than negative 4. Now this negative 20 root 21 will lie between these two values. Okay, but now we know what the square root of 25 is. So this is negative 5. And we know what the square root of 16 is. It's negative 4. So negative 21 square root lies between negative 5 and negative 4. And we work that out without using a calculator. Okay. Likewise, I'm going to do the same for this one, except now I'm going to look at the cube numbers. Why? Because that is a cube. So which two numbers does 89 lie between? Well, it lies between 64 and 125. And this one is not negative. So what I can do is I can just say the cube root of 64. Then we have the cube root of 125. And we know that the cube root of 89 will lie between these two values. The cube root of 64 is 4. And then the cube root of 125 is 5. So the cube root of 89 lies between 4 and 5. Okay, grade 10s, I would like you to do exercise 1.1, number 9, 10, then exercise 1.26, number 2, please. Thank you.